Welcome to the Champ and The Chump Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host, Corey Idle, a.k.a. The Chump, and joining me, as always, the man, the myth, the legend, the champion himself, Lou Willard is back. Yeah. What's up, representing your Detroit Pistons?
Yeah, Detroit basketball on the Fantasy Football Show. But it's the 41-13 Detroit Pistons to you.
Recognize.
And look, before we even get into this, y'all make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. Get us in that algorithm. Let's share this show, get it growing. So welcome in or welcome back. Today we're going to go over top 20 quarterbacks.
That's it.
So well, how many times we going to bump heads on this one? With the fact that you probably got 5 rookies in yours, probably not a lot.
Probably not a lot. You know, Fernando Mendoza, my number one. He's going to dominate all season long. It's going to be unbelievable.
Clearly.
Unbelievable. Like Lou said, these are our early AF quarterback projections, 20 through 1. We've already covered receivers on the show, all top 40. We've covered running backs, top 40. And we've covered quarterbacks 40 through 21. So check out all those shows. And like Lou said, after you've hit that like and subscribe, we'll give you a second. And there we go. Let's get started. Lou, at 20, I have Super Bowl quarterback Sam Darnold. Not who you thought I was going to say.
No, that's who I got.
Hey, no shit. Right off the bat.
First and the last. Well, I will have at least 2 the same there because I'm sure we got number 1 the same. But
I hope. Probably not. You yelled at me over the receivers, so probably not. Why don't you tell the fine folks at home what makes Sam Darnold ranked 20th for us?
I mean, Sam Darnold just got it. He just got it back. You know, he was fortunate enough. I'm not going to say, I mean, you got to guess lucky's word too, but he got into a good situation and he actually got with a coaching staff that believed in him.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden you look around and the team had talent and had an ass ton of talent on defense. And they had just enough talent offensively. And you have one of the top 3 receivers in the league, you know, running around out there catching everything comes his way as well. So he's just putting up numbers. And this was the first time he really got out of his own way. So Now we've seen how he handles adversity. This is to find out how he handles success. So this will be a big test for him. And they don't seem like they want Kenneth Walker back. I'm not sure what the deal is there, but they're not talking like they really want him back. So I don't know. But it's going to be interesting because Charbonnet's coming off the ACL. But Sam Darnold was just Mr. Consistent, did not turn the ball over in the playoffs, and it led to a Super Bowl. So now if he can handle success the way he handled the adversity, I think the kid is on to something.
Totally agree. Totally agree. I would even have him ranked higher if Kenneth Walker was not a free agent, and 2, if they had somebody else. I know that's a good offense. I know he can pass the ball around. You can't live and breathe with JSN. See the Bengals.
And they lean heavy on the tight ends. They're very similar to what the Rams do.
Yeah.
Like you have the dynamic receiver, but every time you look up, you're throwing a 1 of 18 tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, they play pretty similar.
It seems like that whole NFC West really has that same mindset.
Plays. If you ever notice, a lot of divisions do play similar because you're built to you're built to win your division. So therefore, beat the teams in your division.
Yep.
So whatever they're doing, you got to be somewhat similar in order to compete with that. Excuse me, the wind is going crazy.
Oh, I've got it's like a hurricane outside, and I live in Ohio, so I don't know what the fuck is happening.
All around. So, yeah, but
who you got at 19?
I have CJ Stroud. And
okay.
Guys, you know, since that was the last show we talked about him on, I'll bring it up again. This is a gut check time for him.
Yep.
His name is being talked about like he's shit. And I did not think he could play any worse than he did at Pittsburgh until he went to New England and played. And it was even worse. It was trash. It was ass. And he's way better than that. And if he has any dog in him, he's going to have a bounce back year. Because he's better than what he showed. He is. I am truly convinced that he is. And he has the weapons. So it's going to be up to him. He has the weapons and he has the support of his head coach. So I look for this young man to really turn it around. I really do. So he's a guy that could jump up my board a little bit.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But they do love to run the ball. So that's the same thing. That's why Darnold's at 20 for me too. They love to run that damn football.
100% agree. 19, I have the first of my 28 rookies on my list of 20 quarterbacks. That's Fernando Mendoza. I don't think the Raiders are in bad a spot. See the Seahawks comments. You got a good tight end. He's young. You got a good running back. He's young. You got a decent number one right now in Trey Tucker, which we talked about on the last show when Lou brought up Mendoza. I think everything's in the right spot for him to be successful, but not Jaden Daniels kind of successful, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
At 18, I have Baker Mayfield, you team killing son of a bitch. It's just the consistency here. Dude's got a team all around him. Yeah. Weapons coming out his ass. And he didn't have a problem spreading the ball around.
I had him a couple spots lower, but I see why you have him here. Because he'll give you that sneaky 30 yards rushing too.
Yep.
That's 3 more points. That adds up over a 17-game season. That's 51 more points in this thing. I mean, that's a good effort. That's a lot of points.
Look at you dropping quick math. That was impressive as hell.
You didn't have to bring it up because it's probably wrong. And then now I got to deal with that shit. All you had to do was just let it go.
That's how bad it him. I was like, damn. That was impressive as hell.
Yeah, it's probably wrong, and you bring it up. That's man, you that mad because I didn't put rookies on my first list?
Hey, mad. Sometimes I do some white people shit. What do you want?
Because are you still mad because I called Penix penis? I mean,
he ain't my quarterback.
You got to move on.
Yeah.
At 18, we're on 18, right?
18. This whole show's falling off the rails in 3 picks.
3 picks. I have Brock Purdy, my man, Brock Purdy, which I'm sure I have him a lot lower than a lot of people, which as I get to looking at my list, I'll make some adjustments, but man, the initial quarterback show, 40 through 21, we encourage you guys to check it out.
Yep.
That list was tough because the talent just sitting there. I mean, quarterback spot's in a bad spot. The quarterback position's in a bad spot. Yep. So if you got guys, you can see moving them up 5-6 spots in that 40 through 21. You're in the top 20. A guy jumping 5 spots is going to be kind of rough. And then Purdy has a tendency to miss 4 games, 3-4 games. That could keep him down here. But we just talked about the NFC West. They all play the same. They all have a lot of weapons, and all those weapons touch the ball, so you don't know who to get unless it's JSN or McCaffrey or Puka. We're not talking about them. We're talking about, do you get Kyron Williams, Devontae Adams? Do you get Juwan Jennings? No, just get the quarterback. Get the quarterback. Because even in the NFC West, they're throwing the ball to the running backs. So you damn sure go get the quarterback because he's the one that's going to look up and have 30 points. So, and if you can pick up one of these guys in the NFC West as you're in a super flex, and you can get him as your second quarterback, guys, this is kind of information that we're going to be getting into as we get into June, July. So stay with the show. It's going to be a slow burn right now, but just stay with the show, and you're going to cruise in. I guarantee you win some of your leagues because of it.
100% Lou does not lie, unlike me. At 17, I got Caleb Williams. I want to rank him higher. I really do. Quite frankly, where I have Bo Nix is where I wanted to put Caleb Williams. The only reason I didn't. 1, they got a couple free agents. 2, it's Chicago, dude. He is, by stat-wise, the best single-season quarterback Chicago has ever had in history of their franchise. That's nuts. Which tells me also, either 1, they can't draft a quarterback, or 2, they're just a running team. They run the ball a lot.
You have him at 17.
Yes, I do.
Okay, we'll talk about him when I get to.
Okay. He's in your top 10?
He's 3.
Oh, Lord. Oh my God.
What are you watching? We'll argue about that in about 30 minutes. The argument is on.
Yeah, I don't.
The argument is on. And I'm gonna tell you why when we get there. I'm gonna tell you my ace in the hole for him when they get there. I see why you do have him where you have him at.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk about it when I get there. Just remind me, Brain. That matter of fact, let me just make a little side note, and you'll see where the difference will come in at.
Okay.
And one of us are going to be spot on for him.
Oh, 100%. And here's a hint. The name of the show is The Champ and The Chump. I wonder which one of us is probably wrong.
Hey, we might have to start flipping that after this year. With some crafty stuff. Oh, I'm starting now. Okay, I'm like, okay, pay attention.
Let me just say this real quick about Caleb before we move on and then get into the argument later. I would have moved him to 13, and I wanted to. I really did. The problem is these other names, I can't justify it. Every time I saw another name, I'm like, I can't put it. He's got to go further down. But anyway, we'll get into it. Who do you have?
17 for me is Bo Nix. I like Bo Nix. I didn't coming out of college. I thought he could be decent, but I'm like, well, he didn't play 90 games. If he was going to do it, he'd have done it. But and Sean Payton doesn't seem to be limiting him too much. He still hadn't turned him loose. They're kind of in a little tiff over his ankle surgery.
Yep.
They had their little disagreement, but welcome to a room full of type A personalities.
You're violating my HIPAA.
Yeah, so that doesn't shock me, but he's just consistent. He's consistent late in games, but he's very inconsistent to start games.
Okay.
So you look at the majority of his points, they come by far the most of the points have come in the fourth quarter. I mean, this team put up 20 plus points a couple times in the fourth quarter. Remember, they had a 30-point fourth quarter or something stupid against the Giants. It was they do that. But in order to have to come back from 30 points, you have to be 30 points down. So where were you at the beginning of the game? You know, was it the coach? Was it you? What was going on? So just that level of inconsistency throughout the first three quarters is going to mess with his numbers because you just can't pile them all on in 15 minutes. But he's not detrimental to this team. I mean, they may have beat New England in that AFC Championship game. We'll never know. You know, and that's New England. If I'm the Patriots, I'm not making any apologies. You play with who they line up with. So, you know, but I think his, you know, this top 20 is getting to be tight. Like, that's why you have Caleb where you have him.
Yeah.
Because it's tight competition. It's tight competition. And that's why these numbers will move as we see what teams get what players at the skill positions outside of quarterback. We'll see what kind of help all these teams get.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. It really is. And to spoiler alert, where I wanted to put Caleb Williams at 13 is actually where I have Bo Nix. So that's hilarious.
Nice.
Yeah. 16, I have Justin Herbert. Lou mentioned it in the last show. I'll bring it up again. He can't have his offensive line be that banged up again. He lost dudes for the season. It's almost statistically impossible for that to happen. So,
and then he breaks his hand.
If they can go out in this free agency and snag him a receiver, not a Quentin Johnson, I think Ladd McConkey's going to make that next step. But if they can land one more receiver, or let's just say a David Njoku, that team with Omarion Hampton in that backfield is nasty. They
don't need Njoku unless they plan to run two tight ends because that tight end they have is good. He's good unless they want to run two tight ends.
It's hardball. That's the only reason I would think they would.
What they should, this is way easier said than done.
Mm-hmm.
Can you find the next Keenan Allen? If you can, because we're talking about a dude that you can argue that's a Hall of Famer. So I hate to say the name, but can you get a guy that could produce, maybe not at the Hall of Fame level, but you got to guard his ass. You don't have to guard Quentin Johnson because he'll drop the ball when they do throw it to him.
Mm-hmm.
But you still got to guard Keenan Allen. You just don't have to guard him as long or for as far because he's old now. but
Yeah.
he'd light your ass up back in the day. But yeah, so I see why you have him. I have him a little higher on my list. But at 16, I have Tyler Shuck, the Saints quarterback. And I have him, and I almost had him a little higher. But then I said, okay, I know they believe in him. He's believing in himself now, but we don't want to get crazy. So I got him in the top half of the league. And with them drafting Jeremiah, we just assuming they're drafting Jeremiah Love. Because if you're not, what are they doing?
Yeah.
With picking him up and taking some pressure off him. He had no running game this year.
No.
Because Kamara was great at one point in time, maybe a Hall of Famer. But that day's past, Father Time again, we talk about it all the time, is undefeated. And they didn't have another guy that could tote the rock. So they got stuck in a situation where it was all falling on this kid, and he was going to struggle as his first year. First year coming in to be the starter, that's rough. So then Olave was only one man, and it didn't seem like Rashid Shaheed had much interest in being there. Hence why he got traded and was out of there, and everything took off. So now by adding a dynamic running back, which we all believe Love will be, that's only going to help this young man out, because I got to think they're going to go Love, offensive line, maybe Love, offensive line, receiver. But you got the quarterback, you got him cheap, you got to win before he's due to be paid. So, but I like his game. I like his game. I can't pronounce his name for shit, but I like it. Yeah.
Well, you ain't calling him a penis, so he's got one step above some other guys. At 15, Lou, I have Jordan Love for the Packers.
Okay.
When he gets going, 4 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns. Fantasy-wise, the dude is a beast. It's just when he gets going, when they let him go. And I think
there you go.
I think one of Lou's best points, like Brock Purdy. Got this guy around him, got that guy, you got Dobbs, you got Josh Jacobs, you got this guy. Great. Take the quarterback. That's why Jordan Love is at 15 for me. In a really good offense, he's the only one that I think is dependable. And I'm hoping, God damn, I'm hoping that this coaching staff just lets him play football.
Turn him loose. You hit the nail on the head. You've said a lot of very intelligent things on here to be labeled the chump. But I'm telling you, when you said if he's allowed to, bingo, they handcuff him. I know they want to run the ball. I get it. But turn him loose. Let him work in it. And all they want to do is throw the ball deep.
Yeah.
Let him work in some intermediate routes and watch his numbers and completion percentage skyrocket.
Yes.
So, and he's on my list too. He's coming up here in a couple picks. But my number, so we won't spend a lot of time on him. We've both said what we had to say. But number 15 for me is Jared Goff.
Oh, we were so close.
And see, so you're like me. He's going to stumble in this position because he just got to go here. Oh, by the way, here. And sit back and rack up the points. Because talk about a man that's not going to get you anything with his legs. This guy, he ain't running nowhere.
No, he's not. And that's why he sits at 14. For me, anyway. Just moving on to that. I love him. I think he's a great quarterback. And that's where it ends for him. He is that consummate. I'm going to perform really well every fantasy season until I don't.
He's the guy from a fantasy perspective. Told you I wasn't feeling great.
Yeah.
But from a fantasy perspective, that it's like, man, I gotta start Golf. Shit, he had 38 points. Or, I'm starting him this week. Man, the fucker had 14 points. And then he's the guy, whatever team he plays for, whether it be the Rams or the Lions, we probably got to think about bringing in a quarterback.
Yeah.
Oh, he got to a Super Bowl, he lost it. Oh, got to think about bringing in a quarterback. Oh, they had the 49ers beat. The coach blew the game. It wasn't Golf.
Yep.
The coach kicked field goals and punt the ball. They win. They go to the Super Bowl. Do they beat the Chiefs? We'll never know. But they would have beat the 49ers, and the 49ers took the Chiefs to overtime. It'd have been a hell of a game, I could tell you that. But
100%.
but he's the guy. He'll always be looked and somebody's always looking to replace him.
Yep. Every time.
So you had him at 14.
I had him at 14. Who do you get?
So at my 14, I have your quarterback, Drake May.
Okay. Disrespectful, but okay.
No, it's not. Get him a line.
Well, that would help.
Get him a line.
Well, you said, hey, we could trade for Tua. He might not be a backup, but we could use him. He got longer arms than Will Campbell.
But and my reasoning for him being there is I know Vrabes, they're going to run the ball because they can't protect him. You got 17 games. Now, once they get to the point where they can protect him, which they will, because Vrabes will address that shit.
Oh, yeah.
And once they do, he moves up the list. But this coming year, they're not going to turn him loose because they'll be in that division. They'll always be within a game of Buffalo. It'll be them and Buffalo, them and Buffalo, them. All you do is win the division. You play that home game.
Yep.
They won't turn him loose until they have to. They won't. By turning him loose, they won't put him at risk with that line.
Right.
So they have to. Now, that have to will be to win a division or to get the number 1 overall seed. So I think they're going to play very conservative for the first 7 or 8 weeks, providing they can, because they're coming in with a top 5 toughest schedule.
Well, their schedule's staunch.
But you know, they get no sympathy from me. I don't want to hear it.
What?
I don't want to. At least y'all got a team that can play a tough schedule.
What?
But so they're going to try to keep these games close to the vest, try to keep him from turning the ball over because he does have a tendency to fumble that ball.
Yep.
So that's why I have him where I do. Once they get another tackle and a guard, I don't think the right tackle is too much of a problem.
No, right side's
He's leaking that way because he's trying to get away from the left tackle.
Exactly.
That's why it looks like the right tackle missed sometimes.
Yep.
But once that happens, I think he's a top 10 quarterback. And then I think he has the potential to be a top 5 quarterback.
I could see it.
Because he runs the ball too. He can still.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. At 13, I have Bo Nix. This is where I was going back and forth with Caleb Williams. And the difference for me is Bo Nix's rushing ability. I don't think by any stretch, if we were having a football conversation, I would say Caleb Williams over Bo Nix every day of the week. If we're having a fantasy conversation, give me Bo Nix, because that rushing ability is just different in that Sean Payton offense.
Yeah, makes sense. But quit bringing up my guy's name. Well, so at number 13, and we talked about this guy already, so we don't need to beat it up, but Jordan Love, for all the reasons we talked about. Yep. I mean, they turn him loose. This is where he'll be.
Dig it.
So going into number 12, I got Justin Herbert. And we've also talked about him a lot as well. No way everybody can get hurt. And then he gets hurt again. And if they don't, now, if you go back and watch our prior shows with the running backs, you'll see where I had, I'm not going to tell you, I'm going to make you go watch the show, but you'll see where I had our Marion Hampton ranked, which is also going to help this guy out. And he can run. I think he just forgets to run sometimes. But when these guys start running for 30, 40 yards a game, those points add up, and I'm not going to try the math again. But those points add up. So I think Herbert will come in there as 12, just outside the top 10.
Dig it. At 12 for me, I got Stafford, our reigning MVP. Only reason I have him so low is his age. That is literally it. He's just older, and the guys above him are younger, and they are all capable of running the ball if they need to.
Yeah, and we'll bleed this together because he's my 11.
Okay.
And it was because of age, and you and I both think he has one more run in him.
Yep.
And I'm a firm believer, if they make the Super Bowl this year, he win or lose, he was retiring. But the fact that they didn't, and you know, they had every chance to get there, they just didn't. But I think he has one more run in him, because I think he's going to be a guy that gets out before he falls off the cliff and looks bad.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to go Peyton Manning route and have a broken neck and throwing ducks and depending on your defense to win you a Super Bowl. He wants to go out still able to walk straight.
Yep. Yep.
So
yep,
yeah.
yep.
Who did you have next?
What number are we on? Here we go.
I just did 12.
Oh yeah, I said because I had him at 11, so we bled right into number 11. So we're on your 11.
Okay. My 11 then is Dak Prescott. Honestly, see Jared Goff comments. He's got a great offense around him. If they with George Pickens coming back, CeeDee Lamb, that team is built well on offense. He is fantasy dynamic right up until that time he's not. And then he's just off the cliff. And again, we're in our 11. So if you're doing 12 team PPR, which is what all of these are based off of.
These are starters.
These are starters. So I'm not saying he's shit. I'm just saying towards the starting position, I'd probably lean him towards the lower end of my starters.
See, which is crazy because when you look at this and you get to thinking about a 12-team PPR league, I have guys like Jordan Love, Drake May, Jared Goff not even starting.
Yeah.
They're not my top 12, which is wild to think about. You're taking a chance by leaving, and I'll readily admit, guys, and that's why we'll get into our super flex leagues where this isn't even an issue. Because you guys are right to come to me and go, how can you leave Drake May on the bench? How can you leave Jordan Love over there? How can you leave Jared Goff over there just based on his weapons? Well, that's where you have to get into who I have above them. And it's a shot in the dark. This shit is hard. That's why take it from a guy that's won back-to-back years. Lost another championship game, won another one in Yahoo. I did really well last year, guys. I did really well. Now that the fact I got to put all this shit on tape, watch how bad I do, Corey. Watch how bad I do.
Yeah.
But that said, we're on my number 10, correct?
It's pretty easy when you've never won. You're just like, if I can throw this guy in there, it doesn't matter. Ben Roethlisberger retired? Fucking take him out then, I guess. It doesn't matter.
Retired ain't had a bad elbow. but my number 10.
Yeah, number 10.
And this is really the coach. I'm going Trevor Lawrence because I think the coach is going to stop Lawrence from pulling a Lawrence.
Yep.
Now I think they need to bring back Etienne. Bishop Tootin is not a bad running back, but if you can have two, that's because remember we've been talking about it in these shows. The dominant running back is coming back. So if you can have a really good one and then just one that when he tap his helmet can come in and give you a little bit, that's all you need now. But I don't think Tootin can be your bell cow, but Etienne can. Mm-hmm. And he's also going to give you that mileage out of the backfield as well. Trevor Lawrence is give you a lot with his legs when he remembers that he can run.
Yep. And
the coach will diagram some plays. And they're going to put up points. You're going to have to outscore Jacksonville. And they have a good defense too, but you're going to have to put up points to beat them.
Yeah, I have Trevor Lawrence here for literally all the reasons you said. Something clicked with this dude this year. I don't know what it was. I personally think it was when Jacoby Myers got there. And it could be the coach too.
I think it was a coach.
I think that Myers safety net for him was huge in the stretch run.
That really helped up because he proved to be a number one wide receiver for him.
Yes.
When they had two really good twos.
Yes.
But they were scoring points. They were scoring points, Manny, before he got there.
Yeah, no, they were.
And that's the coach. The coach believed in Trevor Lawrence. And then he said, I believe in you so much, I'm going to go get you a number one wide receiver.
Yep.
And we talked about this on prior shows, and I'm going to bring it up again. They're still wondering how they didn't beat Buffalo.
Yeah.
Everybody is. They had them beat. But you got to learn how to win, and they're just not there yet. But, yeah, so that's a solid number, 10. What are you rolling at 9?
At 9, I have a young man. I don't know if you heard of him. Patrick Mahomes.
He's still in the league?
Yeah, I was shocked too. Like when I was doing these rankings, I was like, who is the Chiefs quarterback these days? I don't even know. Is it Alex Smith still? Turns out they got this kid, Pat Mahomes. He's pretty decent. So that's probably Brittany's husband. You know Brittany. Brittany's husband.
Got you.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about. Yeah, light-skinned brother. Got you.
That's it. Sound like Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, good hair. Got that good hair.
That's right. I have him simply for the fact that, I mean, dude, he's Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes.
But I think with their draft, I know we've talked about them a lot going after Jeremiah Love. I've said he isn't going to be there, and they're going to end up taking Mekhi Lemon out of USC if Love is not there. That puts Patrick Mahomes back on Patrick Mahomes level with Rashee Rice there. I forget the other dude's name right now. And Travis Kelce said he's coming back another year. I don't know why. I would look for Gray, the backup tight end, to take a much bigger position in that offense. The only question and why I don't have Patrick ranked higher is because they still ain't got a good running back. If they go out and get Breece Hall and draft Mekhi Lemon, dog.
See, because there's a couple things that you mentioned here, like Tyreek can sign wherever. Do the Chiefs really want to disrupt what they got? Because I know Hollywood Brown is a free agent, but you have Rashee Rice. You can draft Lemon. You have Gray. Kelce will get you 7-8 good games. Sign Breece Hall. Because remember how I questioned way back at pick 19 when I said CJ Stroud, do you have any dog in you to come back?
Yep.
Guess who got the dog in him? We might not like him because we hate teams that go into dynasties. That's why we all hate the Patriots with the exception of you. Like, I have nothing personal against them. They kept my Steelers out of too many Super Bowls. I hate them.
I hate them a lot sometimes.
Because they're good. Yeah, because that's your team.
Yeah.
Hated them because they won. People hate the Chiefs because they won. Let Seattle keep winning. People will hate Seattle. That's what we do. That's what we do.
100%.
But there is no question this man's competitiveness. He is a dog. So we know he's coming back. And you bring him in, Breece Hall, Mekhi Lemon to go with Rice. If Rice doesn't do anything stupid to get himself arrested in the offseason, and you still got Andy Reid coaching. Oh, Andy Reid done hit a wall. The game passed him by. Wait a minute. What? 4 Super Bowls in 6 years and game passed him by.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Hey, get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. But my number 9 is the guy I'm loving to hate, Jackson Dart. I just like to sit the kid in a room and go, son, you're not a running back. But keep running. But we're going to take you down here to Huntington Park. I live in Columbus, Ohio, people. We're going to go to Huntington Park where the Columbus Clippers, the Cleveland Indians AAA team play. And we're going to teach you how to slide. We're going to get you with the base running coach, and you're going to work on just sliding. That's damn OTA. You're not going to OTAs in New York. You're bringing your ass to Columbus, and we're going to teach you how to slide. That's all you're doing. Slide. If you do that, this kid is a top 10 quarterback, and if he does not get hurt with Harbaugh, Scatterboo back, he could sneak in and be higher because I'm looking at him. He's a poor man's Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
That could turn into a wealthy man's Lamar Jackson if he can stay healthy. If he could, because he's getting hurt at a way earlier age than Lamar ever did.
Too early.
That's the only issue I have with him. If he's healthy, he's gonna be a bitch to deal with.
Oh, Jackson Dart's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, because here's the kicker. He's good, and he thinks he's better than what he is. He has that Baker Mayfield mentality, which you hate Baker if he ain't on your team. If he on your team, you going, let's go, dog. That's this kid.
Exactly.
That's this kid. I'm high on this kid.
Yeah, you are. Where'd you have him? 9 or 8?
9? 8? Yeah, so
damn.
And you had Mahomes, right?
I had Mahomes, yep.
See, and I had Mahomes at 8, so we can just skip over that.
There you go. At 8, this might be my most shocking. I'm going with Brock Purdy, San Francisco 49ers.
You got him 10 spots higher than me, huh?
Yep.
Explain yourself.
He has been crazy consistent. He's not flashy. He's not going to get you 5 and then 2 and then 6 and then 1. He's just consistent. 3 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns. Every single game.
But this is about the fantasy football overall rankings. So you got to go 3 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, 4 missed games, 3 touchdowns, 2 missed games.
Okay.
So that's what's going to bump him down the list. Can he stay healthy? And he's in San Francisco where everybody gets hurt.
Oh, yeah. And they practice next to that damn electric plant. But if I will say this, Brock Purdy, Bo Nix, they're my two in the top 13. Brock at 8, Bo Nix at 13. That I would probably move Jordan Love and Caleb Williams up 4 as we get closer to the season. I could very much see those two moving up and those two moving down. So take it for what it's worth.
Yeah, it makes sense. So at number 7, this is where I have Dak Prescott.
Okay.
Because I don't think he can get in the way of finishing any lower than 7th. Not with that talent. Yeah. Now, I know Javonte Williams is a free agent, but they still have Jaden Blue. Did anybody get to Blue over the offseason and get him dialed in? Because he's a guy that can catch the ball out of the backfield as well. So if they let Javonte Williams walk, that tells you that you guys should be looking to draft Jaden Blue. He's going to be the starter, and he's going to touch the ball, and he's going to catch the ball. So look out for stuff like that. See what they do with him. But that being said, they're tagging Pickens. I think they already did. Yeah. But nonetheless, you got him, you got CD, you got Jake Ferguson. Dak can't help but accidentally finish in the top 7. All he's got to do is be there. Name a team that's the best wide receiving core in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, we could talk about it, but I can't think of anybody better as a top 2. The Bengals are pushing.
Bengals, Tampa Bay.
Nah, Tampa can't touch this. Nah, Tampa can't do nothing with that. Now,
talking top 2 or receiving core?
Well, if I go to your top 2 receivers and your tight end. Okay. I think Cincinnati still got them. Yeah. I think it would just be Cincinnati.
Yeah.
But depth-wise, they don't really need the depth because ain't nobody else getting the ball.
No.
So there you go. But so I think he's just by default going to finish in the top 7.
I dig it. What you're going to see here with my next string of quarterbacks outside of maybe one of the quarterbacks is all these guys rush. Their rushing yards make up so many points there. And I think that's why Dak for me was at 11, was he just doesn't run the ball. Now, again, I know I put Brock Purdy at 8.
When he broke his leg, he quit running.
Yeah, exactly. So I get it. I'm being a little bit of a hypocrite putting Dak and Brock at different positions. Again, it's early. That'll probably change. At 7, I have Jaden Daniels for your Washington Commanders.
He's my 6.
He's so good. And
he's
if
dynamic.
He can stay healthy, if Scary Terry can stay healthy, sky's the limit for those guys, especially from a fantasy perspective. They are just so good.
And I mean, he still needs to get a running back because I'm not sure how good Bill's going to be.
No.
Ooh, excuse me. But he needs another wide receiver, so he still needs some weapons.
Mm-hmm.
But luckily for him, his injuries aren't adding up on his legs. Like his elbow's not affecting his ability to run the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's another one you got to start getting down or those hits start to add up. None of these guys are built like Cam Newton.
No.
So they can't just keep taking hits. But this kid is dynamic, and they actually turn his ass loose. Mm-hmm. He's not one being held back by the man, as they say. He's not chained to the bows of a slave ship. They turn his ass loose. He is free to see the world when he goes out there.
The benefit of playing in the North.
No, but they do turn him loose, and so he's a pretty dynamic weapon. That's why I have him coming in at number 6. Who's your 6?
At 6, I got Jackson Dart, your man.
Yep.
I've discussed it in the wide receiver show where I've included Carnell Tate. I think the Giants take Tate. I think that and Malik Neighbors for Jackson Dart is insane. Add to that is rushing, and hopefully John Harbaugh has taught this kid to slide. This team is going to be scary decent next year. I won't say good, scary decent.
This team, based on the coach alone, this team is going to win the NFC East. They're going to win that division.
They should.
I know the Eagles fans, including my son, is about to come at me behind that, but they arguably have the best coach in the division now. And if they get this draft right, it's going to be real scary.
Yep. They are going to be young and fast on offense, and that defense is mean.
There you go. So it's going to be up to the Eagles and Dallas to outscore them.
That's it. That's it. Who do you got at 6, sir?
Well, 6 was my Jaden Daniels. So,
well, shit.
yeah.
Let me do my 5. Let me do my 5. Oh, wait. Where did you have Caleb ranked?
Oh, Caleb's still coming. I still got Caleb coming up.
Then you do your 5.
Lamar Jackson. Jackson. You know, Lamar, number one, he's just a better Jaden Daniels. So you start talking about all these guys' running ability, and now he doesn't have the dynamic where he's arguing with the coach. That's out of the building. Now, they did get another defensive-minded coach being Jesse Minter, but he already has a relationship with him from Jesse being there prior, and they did get along. So that's not going to be his issue. So I think he'll actually be all of a sudden a little bit healthier, a little more dialed in. Is that bullshit to pull that? Yeah. Did he? I personally believe so. Will anybody ever prove it? No. But that being said, I think he's going to be a little bit more healthy this year. And I think they're going to be a little bit more dynamic on offense as a result, clearly as a result of having Lamar Jackson acting like he got some sense. And I think he's going to come in at number 5 because this is a guy that could throw for 200 and run for 100. That's not running for the 30 and 20 and 30 yards I've been talking about earlier with some of these other guys. Mm-hmm. This is a guy that can run for 100 and run for 2 in on the ground and still throw for 150, 200 and throw for another one. Those are huge numbers in this fantasy football game. So I look for him to be a top 5 quarterback next year.
Dig it. At 5 for me, I got Drake May. Should have been the MVP, but whatever. That's fine.
No, he shouldn't have.
I have him ranked so high. One, there's no way the offensive line plays like they did in that playoff run. I don't care if they were the best defenses in the NFL last year. There's just no way they play like that without this coaching staff addressing it. It's just...
You got that right.
It's just impossible. So with that and the style of offense they run, whether the offensive line is good or bad, they need to be competent. But whether or not they're good or bad, Josh McDaniels, as much as I dislike him, is a fantastic offensive coordinator. And he knows how to scheme up these 2-second drop back and short throws. That's how Tom Brady won his last 3 Super Bowls. Yeah. So with that, I see Drake continuing to keep that high completion percentage up. The ability for this team to run the ball and have the change of pace actually with Ramondre and Travion is going to be huge in that backfield. I see him improving fantasy wise quite a bit. And again, the rushing is huge for all of these guys.
And he very well could finish up here. The thing I will say is when they change, they will address the line. They have no choice.
Yeah.
But now you may be addressing it with rookies. So it still may take some time, which still could affect his numbers. That's why I see why you have him where you have him. Mm-hmm. You have him where I say he has the potential to finish.
Right.
The same spot.
Yep.
So it's just all going to depend on that line. It's not him.
No.
But it's not you, it's me. It's not you, it's me.
Well, and I think you could play that it's not him on both sides of the coin too, because that McDaniel style of offense is what led to their success last year.
Yep.
I mean, nobody's throwing 76%, 78% completion percentage. That's crazy. And he was able to do that in this short pass offense.
And so, then what's going to hurt them too is their schedule. Their schedule's a lot.
Oh, that's just going to be.
So that's going to affect his numbers. It's going to affect his numbers a lot as well.
He got that dog in him. He got it. I'm done.
Okay, good. Okay, I'll just say, okay, good. Number four, I have Jalen Hurts. So another one, everybody just always wants to replace. I don't know what it is with some guys. See, he and Jared Goff seem to be the nicest fellas in the world.
Yeah.
But no matter what, college, pro, everybody just wants to replace him. No matter what they do, isn't good enough. This guy has what, 1 Super Bowl or 2 Super Bowls, whatever. Been to 3.
Been to 3.
Yeah. And you still ain't getting it done. What do you want from him?
Yeah.
And now with the new OC, I think that whole offense gets a whole new breath of fresh air. That guy did hold them back. I mean, I'm watching games. I'm going, I'm texting back and forth for my son, who's a diehard Eagles fan, going, what are they doing? He going, I don't know. I'm like, they got a 2-point lead and they quit. Relying on the defense to win it. That's not going to beat the Giants this year.
No.
That's not going to beat the Cowboys this year. And Washington is going to score. You have to score points. So, and I think getting that new OC is going to be all that offense needed. It's going to be really interesting. That's going to be a sneaky good division, except I don't think they're going to be NFC North good, but they're going to be a good division.
Dig it. 4 for me is Lamar Jackson. Largely see everything you said. If they don't fuck up the draft, Lamar could have a dynamic season or free agency, whatever route they go.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you right now, and this ain't a shot on him personally, but fantasy wise, Zay Flowers, you are not a number 1, sir. They need if they're going to let Lamar really go, they got to get a receiver or 2 in that building.
Yeah.
And until that happens, I can't put him any higher. And I love Lamar. I'm a huge Lamar Jackson fan.
Yeah.
Hate the Ravens and love Lamar Jackson. But I can't put him any higher.
Yeah, not until they get him. They got to get him some receivers. That's for sure. Because D-Hop is done. He was great. He was great in his day, but that was in his day.
That's it.
So yeah. Number 3.
Let me do 3 because I know we're going to get into an argument. So let me do my 3 first.
Argument is facts versus fiction.
Oh, we getting into it. Number 3 for me is Joe Burrow. If he stays healthy,
I miss somebody.
I have no problem with Joe Burrow.
I done forgot a quarterback.
I thought that was a little weird. Mr. Williams being so high with these top 5. But
no, I'm talking about I done completely forgot a quarterback. I had to.
So yeah, for all those reasons, that's why I got Joe Burrow. I mean, he's Joe Burrow. He stays healthy. That offense is insane.
Yeah, Joe Burrow's my number 2. So it is what it is. He's going to chunk it around. But number 3, I got Caleb Williams.
All right.
And the 2 biggest reasons, I totally understand why you had him at 17.
Yeah,
totally
this is our biggest discrepancy of any rankings we've done.
Of any of them. And I could tell you exactly why. You never factored in Ben Johnson, and you never factored in the fact that they're going to let him start running.
You're right. Rushing, I did not factor in for him.
His rushing, I wouldn't be shocked if he'll run for a couple hundred yards this year. Like he's going to run for probably over 500 yards. If they let him run, if they go ahead and turn him loose and let him run, he can run for 500 yards. Yeah. And that is a huge portion of what he can do and just didn't until he had to. Well, if you do it more consistently, the times that you absolutely have to are fewer and further between because you're not in that desperate situation. You're constantly moving the chains. And that could propel him up this list. And I got to believe if I'm smart enough to see it, Ben Johnson's smart enough to see it. He done forgot more football than I'll ever know. And that's why, just based on the rushing, I see him skyrocketing up this list.
Yeah, here's why that is a huge factor, and definitely why we have him 12 spots apart from each other. Because just from a passing touchdown standpoint, which was for him where I looked at, you got Matthew Stafford 52, Jared Goff 34, Drake May 31, Dak Prescott 30, Herbert 26, Baker Mayfield 26. Now we get into Caleb Williams territory where he's tied with Josh Allen at 25.
Mm-hmm.
If you're passing for 25 touchdowns, but you give me no rushing upside, I'm taking Josh Allen every single day of the week.
Well, absolutely.
But if you're going to rush and provide that extra, Well, now we're talking different because it's not just 25 touchdowns. Now you're getting up into those 31s because the defense is playing you totally different.
Yeah. And that's what you're going to see with him running the ball. You're going to see more touchdowns, more rushing yards. And if he gets you 60 yards rushing and a touchdown, there's 12 right off the bat. Bink.
And that,
So that 30 went to 42 because he's getting you that 28. That goes to 40. I mean, it's going to make a huge difference. And I got Ben Johnson seems to be a pretty smart individual when it comes to offensive football.
Yeah.
And they're in a division where they're going to have to score.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to. And I see him blowing up this year. I really do. I see him absolutely blowing up.
No,
that's why I had him there.
If he does that, in all honesty, if I project him to rush for 40 yards and a tutty a game, I'm putting him at least at 8 where I have Brock Purdy. And he's probably moving up to 6 over Jackson Dart, maybe 5 over Drake May.
Yeah, if he runs, it's over.
Yeah, because he's got the offensive talent around him, which would separate him from Drake May. He's got more talent around him than Drake May does.
Because he's going to throw 32 touchdown passes this year.
Oh, yeah.
He's throwing 32 plus. Yeah. So if he can run for 6 more and then rush for, 300-400 yards, he's a top 3 quarterback.
Yep. I would totally agree with that.
At number 2, I had Burrow, which we already talked about Burrow. Not a lot need to be said. He's not going to give you any rushing upside, but he doesn't need to.
No. Number 2 for me, I have Jalen Hurts. I bought in with same reasoning you said with the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
That team is going to change. They are going to Jalen Hurts may as well be called Django because that motherfucker going to be unchained and running shit in Philadelphia. He's going to wild out.
He is. And I know why you have him in front of Burrow now that I see who it is. Because I'm like, who did I miss that he has in front of Burrow? It's straight rushing upside.
That's it.
So I get it. Obviously, number 1, Josh Allen. I mean, how long you want to talk about Josh Allen? And now he has his coach as the head coach. He can do whatever he wants. He can do whatever he wants. They need to respect his authority because it is over.
Is he in a situation now where he says, hey, draft room, draft this guy on my offense?
Well,
or
I don't think anybody's getting that.
Okay.
I don't think there's been a quarterback that's getting that. Ben didn't have it.
No.
And
Brady didn't have it.
And he controlled Pittsburgh's offense. Brady didn't have it. Manny never had it. Then nobody's giving that up. You give that up, you just fire the GM.
Right.
Fire the GM. But what he can do is Joe Brady, sit at his house and go, Coach, I'm getting a little long in the tooth to be a young man. We got to hand it to Cook more. Now, I know I'm talking against us having him number 1 overall because I'm taking points away from him, but I'm going to tell you where I'm getting him back. We got to give it to Cook more. I'm going to quit poaching those touchdowns, but I need 2 wide receivers to go with Shakir and the 2 tight ends that we got. Now, instead of 25 passing touchdowns, I have 35.
Yep.
That makes up for my rushing touchdowns where I had 8 and tax on 2, and we're giving it to Cook. That still leaves him number 1. And his body's not as beat up.
And most importantly, the turnovers go down for Josh Allen. That's what killed you having Josh Allen. It wasn't overall point. It was you would have 50 points, win a game by 2. Well, fumbles just got adjusted. I lost by 4.
Yeah. And when he turns the ball over? When he gets tired.
Yep.
When he gets tired.
Give that man some help and he is pretty much just as good as you want him to be.
So he won't have a say in that draft room, but he will have a say as into what he wants.
Yeah.
Every quarterback from the beginning of time has done that, screaming and hollering for more. and then the defensive guys are going, we need more talent over here too. And that's just what happens. But when they get another wide receiver or 2 and start handling the Cook more, now Allen's not as beat up as at the end of the year. He's going to replace his rushing touchdown with passing touchdowns, and he's still going to be sitting at number 1. And these fuckers are still going to be hard to beat because they're going to be scoring even more points because he's not going to be hurt at the end of the year.
Yep. I think the worst thing, speaking as a Patriots fan, the worst thing that happened to the Patriots this year was them winning because Buffalo said, oh, no, we're going to have to step up because they know their window's closing with Josh Allen.
Oh, absolutely.
And so you watch that division, and by division, I mean 2 teams, get real competitive playing off each other this season. Josh Allen's going to have a great season upcoming. Plus, I mean, all the hype around him getting married, babies, all this other, who he married. She's a massive celebrity.
Is she?
All of that shit that was hounding him in the press all this season's gone now. It's just another day.
I couldn't tell you who he married because none of that stuff has ever played in it for me.
You seen Sinners with Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah.
The old girl in that, the white girl in that?
Oh, the lead character?
Yeah, that's who he married.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll hope they're happy. Yeah.
They seem like it. So good for them.
They're happy. Because I wouldn't have been able to, I couldn't tell you anything about who these people marry because being a former player, nowhere near their ability. But that does not matter. That doesn't factor in those locker rooms. I don't care. Even when these fools marry the Kardashians, that doesn't break. That doesn't come in the locker room. They just won't leave. No. They just won't leave Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce alone. But they don't throw it in your face. They just won't leave them alone.
Yeah, so his suppressed. It's always the
his ain't gonna be a problem for him.
No, locker room wise, no.
He's a full grown man. He's an adult. They're not bringing that mess up.
Nope. But they did this year, which is my problem. The press would be at the interviewing him, going, "You threw 2 interceptions this game. How's your marriage going?" Well, what the fuck that got to do with anything? Just because he married to a celebrity. Don't get me started on this. Lou, you got anything else for the people as we round out the 20?
No, as always, we really appreciate it, guys. Look at it. Let us know what you think and hit that like and subscribe button so we get into those algorithms. We're going to be pumping this thing up. Looking forward to it. Look for our tight end show coming out next, which, that'll be a lot shorter than 40. Let us just tell you that right now. Until the next time, everybody take care of yourself.
That's it. That tight end is going to be 1 show. Don't expect 2 shows out of that. And everybody get ready to level up your playlist with your podcasts at the heavy hitters over at calibrationmediagroup.com. You can dive into the hilarious and unfiltered world of Kiss the Reviews, where your favorite movies get the comedic roasting they deserve. Master your look with Fashion Beyond 50, the ultimate guide to style and confidence for women in their prime. And for the fantasy fanatics, you get us, Champ and The Chump. We're going to be coming hard and heavy with multiple shows a week as the season progresses. And then, of course, Lou's fantastic show that he hosts, Backstage Buckeye, your all-access pass to the stories, personalities, and behind-the-scenes action of your favorite Ohio State athletes. Find all of these and more over at calibrationmediagroup.com. For Lou Willard, I'm Corey Idle. This is the Champ and the Chump Fantasy Football Podcast. We will catch you on the flip side. Fuck Caleb Williams. I said it.